Alright, so I have a 2003 GMC Sierra, and my problem is my door latch on the driver's side got stuck, and I was unable to open from the inside. So no matter if I pulled on the handle on the outside or the inside, it would not unlock. So if you go to the outside, use the key, it just wouldn't unlock. Now, I have already freed it, so it'll open now. But both of these doors were locked together with the latch on the strike pin right here. So you couldn't open the door from the inside at all. So I had to crawl through and go to the other side. And you see the other side still together there. So I'll show you how I got the panel off while the door was still closed. So here I am on the other side here. And the reason why you have to take the panel off sometimes is the actuator inside here is either jammed or skipped a tooth. So no matter if you pull this off here and pop it out, you can see you can get the lever real quick here, and if you push it back, that should unlock it. No matter how much I did it on the driver's side, it would not unlock. So something was broken inside this latch. So you have to get the panel off to get it off. So you start by turning on the key, which I will here in a second, and then roll down your window. I know a lot of people will say, oh, you got to have the window open to get to the latch. Well, you're going to need to start with the window down. Alright, so the window's down, doors closed, locked, latched, whatever. First you want to start off by getting this wing here paneling off. Now you can either do it by your hand, or you could use a little pry bar or screwdriver. And you'll see that it's a little difficult to do. But there it goes. There's a clip there, and there's one further back. And you just kind of finagle it like that. So now I've got that pulled out, and all I have to do is just slide up and just kind of jimmy it out. Alright, so that starts that part. The next part is you need to go inside here. Let's see if I can get there. There's a 7mm bolt there. And then there's also another 7mm bolt right about here. Let's see if I can get you there. Right about there. It's right behind the handle. You take those two off, and that will free this. The next thing you want to do is actually pull off this cover here. You can sometimes pull it off by your hand, or you can, use a little pry bar, and then it'll slide off. Sometimes. Alright, so now that's free, and what that does is it allows the door panel to actually freely move when you're doing the monkeying inside. Alright, another thing that I would suggest is that you actually roll the seat back, or at least the backing of it, all the way, so that it gives you more room to work with. You see how I got both of those leaned back? That kind of helped out with getting the door panel out. Alright, so I've already removed the bolts. Next thing is to get the weather strip up. And usually just prying on it and moving it over. Sometimes you have to have two hands so that you can like hold it here and then walk your pry bar across through and pop it off, and that'll take that off. Okay, so I've got it off now. You don't need it very far off, you just need it loose so that it can freely move either way. And now you notice how I can't move it any further because of the dashboard there. We've got all this, you know, speaker shroud all tucked inside here and whatnot, and no room to move. So this is where you roll up the window and start working on the panel inside the vehicle. Alright, so now I'm inside. Start rolling up your window because you're going to need that up. Now sometimes you can actually just pull up on this, and then you see how I got it all out. So it's still wedged in by the dashboard here, and there's a neat little trick that I'll show you how to get it unwedged. But first you want to take your control panel plugs out so that you can actually pull it out freely without pulling any wires. And you see I also have the heat here, and I got this. Same thing on the driver's side, but more plugs. There are several people online that already have these tutorials on how to take the driver's side off when the panel is available. But also, do not forget, all the way down at the bottom is your little light switch or light plug for the... Once you get the door wide open or the panel off here, you just simply pull it up and over. And be very careful of your upper upholstery, as I kind of snagged it a couple times on the upper part. There's a steel piece or metal piece that runs through here, and it really gouged up my interior here. So one of these days I'll replace that. Okay, you can see that I have it partially open here. You can see the strike pin there. And I've seen several videos where they just, you know, use a Sawzall and just chop that off. I don't want to damage my truck. So I've also seen some other tutorials where you go through the back door, through its handle, and cut off the bolts for the strike plate, or strike pin, I should say. And I still don't want to damage the truck because it's got a welded plate inside here and 3 bolts, 3 to 2, something like that. I just don't want to mess with that. But now the door is out by like 2 inches, and you can get the panel to slide back like this and then up and over the seat. And then you'll be able to get into the linkages. Alright, so I moved over to the driver's side where the problem is. Now, this control here, I wanted to show you, if you're not able to reach underneath, especially this one right here, push in the little pin here and pull this back. If you're unable to do that, there are 7mm bolts on the front and the back that will take this off, and you can slide it up in, then flip it over and take off the harnesses here. And I don't know what this is for. Probably it's for the satellite radio shut off that I have on here, even though I don't use the satellite radio. You'll see right here, here's the plug for the light that I mentioned earlier. So you gotta just pull that off before you get the panel out. This moisture guard here, you just need to peel it back, and then you can get your linkages. Now this is the unlock one here. It goes all the way up to your little door lock switch. And in my case, it was just doing this. And it was because the actuator here blocked the lever inside here. And so all I did was just reach in, grab this latch, and shove it as hard as I could to free up the linkage inside here. See right here? This one, if you need to open the door and you think this linkage is stretched or stuck, it goes towards the front of the vehicle. See, just moves to the front. So you can like grab onto it and pull as hard as you can. That'll also unlatch it too. So the next part, and I'm still waiting for the part to come in, is to start taking the latch out. So you start off by taking off the linkages, and then there's 3 harnesses inside here. A blue one here, up here, yeah, it's up here. You've got a green one and a purple one that you need to take off. Then you have 2 linkages inside that go to the handle, and they come to the back of it, and you just need to take those off. There's other tutorials online that will actually tell you how to take this off. Recommend looking those up. Since I don't have the part, I can't show you how to do it, but that was what it was. It was the unlock linkage, and arm inside was stuck, and all I had to do was push to the back of the vehicle to unlock it and force that actuator to move again, and then I was able to open the door. So that's how you get your panel off while it's in the vehicle. Hope this helps.